On our farm, we use a pretty non-dogmatic approach to doing things, try to fill the need where it needs to be filled. However, one thing we don't do is use wood chips to mulch pathways or in any way really adding wood to our soil simply because we're trying to increase the paramagnetic value of our soil. Wood in its raw form is in dried form, both are diamagnetic, very diamagnetic substances. Um, when wood goes through the fire element, it becomes what's known as biochar in the agricultural community, and that is paramagnetic. So like in Qigong medicine, that would be the wood element going through the fire element to create basically the metal element, and even though it's not a metal, it's still burnt wood. It has the paramagnetic qualities more like a metal. It's an energetic value, just like the liver has wood energy and the lungs have metal energy, but they're obviously not metal or wood. So in this same line of thought, you have like slash and burn agriculture, where you would burn a swath of forest, and that carboniferous biological tree material would be burnt, and then after a period of time it'd be very fertile, and that's because you've created paramagnetism in that soil through the burning of that wood. Also, you have like basalt being super paramagnetic. There's different theories on basalt. Like the most common theory is that it's igneous rock, that's magma flow that cools very quickly, and so that would obviously be like carboniferous material burnt in a volcano and then spewed back out and then quickly cools, and that's so highly paramagnetic that you could almost consider that the higher the temperature, maybe the more paramagnetism is imparted to that material. Also with basalt, you have Immanuel Velikovsky's work, where he proposes that electrical impulses from Celestine bodies interacted with different soils and dusts and formed the basalt columns. Another theory in electrical geology is that they're ancient trees, and that's a pretty solid theory because the basalt columns grow in hexagonal, in hexagrams, and in hexagrams that fit together, just like plant cellulose. So that is indicative of them being a cellulose plant structural material, and then they maybe were incinerated by some sort of Celestine explosion, or who knows. I really don't know because I wasn't there. But anyway, it seems to be that when this carboniferous material goes through fire, it creates paramagnetic material. And that material has the benefits that we've discussed many times. When you put the wood chips on the top of the soil, you're adding that diamagnetic layer that inhibits the paramagnetic energies that naturally exchange potentials from the atmosphere and the soil. So you're kind of hindering that action. And it's not that the wood chips are inherently bad, but it does hinder that action. And what that would do is that would tie up nitrogen in the soil, because that's going to slow or lessen the cation exchange capacity, which is the potential productivity of the soil. And then your nitrogens are not going to be fixed, and you're going to have a biotoxic accumulation of ammonias that's going to release through the plants as infrared light, bring the pests, spread the soil-borne disease, all the manifold of things that happen when we slow down that rate. So just as a point of thought, if you're thinking of adding the wood to your garden or to your path, it's just something to consider if paramagnetism is an important or cardinal principle that you're trying to impart in your garden.